However, these four policy rationales are not mutually exclusive. For example, Singapore is combining economic rationale and that of education reform. They argue that by reforming the curriculum, by reforming education to provide students with learning skills, creative thinking skills, and communication skills, they are preparing for the future, for the economy. So, it's not one of the four strategic rationales are not exclusive. Another in Finland, they have combined social and economic rationales by claiming that the collaboration of the two are key factors that support a highly productive economy. Okay? So now let's move on to the operational components of ICT. While strategic policies provide a vision of future enriched by ICT and the justification for the often significant expenditures required to employ ICT, it is the operational policies that offer the hope that these visions can be realized. Operational policies typically framed as action plans, programs, or projects often consist of one or more of the following components, and these components can be used to analyze, to compare, and formulate national policies. So let's have the first one. First strategic policy is infrastructure development. As you can see, infrastructure development is present in the World Bank report in 2004 that we have mentioned a while ago. So, operational policies often include a provision and budget allocation for technical resources that are needed to accomplish the nation's strategic goals. These plans often include the amounts and type of computer and multimedia hardware that will be purchased, but they may also refer to resources related to television and radio, especially in developing countries. So, infrastructure. Another example of an infrastructure development policy is that of Malaysia, which has set the goal of supplying computers to schools as the ratio of 1 to every 10 students by 2005 and 1 to every 5 students by 2010. At the same time, the government plans on supplying teachers with 1 computer for every 5 teachers by 2005 and 1 computer for every teacher by 2010. Now, I know what you're thinking. You might have seen the posts on social media that some mayors of Metro Manila have supplied their teachers with free laptops and students with free tablets. That is part of infrastructure development of ICT policy. O, ayun na naman, sana all. Next, number 2, teacher training. Teacher training is a key element to education reform, particularly training that focuses on classroom practices and engages teachers in a community of professional practice and development. That's according to McLaughlin and Tolbert in 2001 and these other people. Consequently, teacher professional development is an essential component of ICT operational policies, particularly those that connect with education reform. ICT teacher training policies frequently spell out a specific set of skills that teachers need to acquire as well as specify the duration of training. These skills are often operational skills. You see? Operational skills, but they are strategic policies. Example, the Enlaces program in Chile provided basic training to 2/3 of all the country's teachers by 2002 that consisted of email, internet productivity, uh, administrative uses. However, as the use of ICT progresses, teachers need more advanced skills in how to integrate ICT into the curriculum and into everyday classroom practice. I remember when I was still in university, I used to teach in a university. We do this one, teacher training for free. We did the research how on on how much these teacher know about MS Word, for example, MS Excel, and then based on that, the training needs analysis, we provided them training, and that is part of this ICT policy. Next. Mhm. Another example is on Singapore. Singapore starts by providing teachers with 24 hours of workshops on basic ICT skills such as text applications, spreadsheets, and interactive digital resources, but then offers advanced training and resources for teachers in the areas of media and digital resource development, technology planning and evaluation, action learning and research, and specialized ICT applications in humanities, mathematics, and other subjects. Ano pa? Let's move on to the third, technical support. Another important operational component, of course, is ongoing technical assistance, which teachers need not only in early phase of ICT use, but as hardware and networking technologies become more sophisticated and the educational applications become more complex. As with teacher training, assistance is needed not only to support teachers' operation and connection of hardware and software, as well as help in integrating the use of ICT across the full range of curricular subjects. So who does the technical support? Example. Chile developed a collaboration between the Ministry of Education and institutions of higher education to provide both training and ongoing technical support to schools all across the country, including those in rural areas. As regards to technical support, an example in the Philippines is, I think the DICT or the Department of, or I forgot. I'm not sure of the meaning of the DICT in the Philippines. They provide training for teachers as regards to, for example, cyber safety, um, the use of the newly introduced technology in the life. Yun yung ginagawa nila as technical support. Next, number 4, pedagogical and curricular change. An especially important component of our operational policies, of course, particularly for strategic policies that promote education reform, is the articulation of changes, ICT-related changes in curriculum, of course, pedagogical practices and assessment. Example, an important component of Singapore's reform was to create a better balance in the curriculum between the acquisition of factual knowledge and the mastery and application of concepts and the development of individual curiosity, creativity, and enterprise. You see, our curriculum has been changing. You today is a product of a new curriculum. So, we have this kind of subject. In the previous curriculum, we only have educational technology, but today, and in the educational technology, I think we did not discuss these ICT policies, but in this new curriculum where you are included, we are discussing these ICT policies because of this curricular change, pedagogical change. And then the fifth is content development. Of course, if there is a curricular change, there must be content development. For example, the ICT program in Chile supported the development of La Plaza, a socially oriented educational portal organized as a community square that includes a post office, information kiosk, and a cultural center. Also, the ICT program in Finland encourages the production of Finnish language instructional materials on the web, and this is now one of the business sectors that the government is nurturing as part of its economic development program. So, in the Philippines, part of content development is the production is the development of ICT, production of ICT coordinators of different districts. So, for example, in one municipality, there must be one ICT coordinator, and that ICT coordinator is the one managing the accounts of the different advisors. For example, I belong to Bulanao Central School. I have one account in the DepEd of which um, the ICT coordinator has also a control. And in that, I think yung ICT coordinator is also assigned to develop uh, or to lead in the development of content. For example, I know one ICT coordinator who is leading in the production of Ilocano, since we are in Cagayan. Ilocano rhymes, Ilocano nursery rhymes, Ilocano songs, and then Ilocano discussions to enrich the language, the culture. So those are the four strategic policies and the 5 operational policies. So let's have a recap. The 4 strategic policies: support economic growth, promote social development, advance educational reform, and support educational management. And the 5 operational policies are the infrastructure development, teacher training, technical support, pedagogical and cultural change, and content development. And among these, there must be a policy alignment. The national ICT policies will have the greatest impact if they are aligned with other strategic and operational policies. This alignment is of 3 sorts: strategic operational alignment, horizontal alignment, and vertical alignment. If you can recall what we have discussed a while ago, the Singapore is aligning the curricular change and economic development. So, there must be an alignment. And inuulit ko rin, I also want to reiterate what I have told you a while ago. It's not, one policy is not mutually exclusive. You know? And then, practices must be aligned with ICT-based practices of certain schools must be aligned with the national policy and international policies so that there will be sustainability of such policy, of such practices. Okay? So the questioning here now is, are you familiar with the ICT policies of the Philippines? Are you familiar of the ICT policies that are cascaded down to your locality by the DepEd to your locality? So part of your activity will be given to you through our group chat after viewing this video, and you must pass uh, that activity on the time that is also given on your group chat. Happy learning, and you may just PM me if you have questions or Google them. Bye.